Hello, I'm Georgina Lewis here at the Friedman Branch Library, and I'm here to give you a story time for Women's History Month. So, this month we are celebrating women and their contributions and acknowledging them for the work that they have done in history and things that they continue to do in our society. And this month I wanted to bring you this book, which is The Women Who Caught the Babies, a story of African American midwives by Eloise Greenfield. And this book is a book of poems, and it's speaking about midwives. So what are midwives? Well, midwives are those women and some men who help with the birthing of a baby. So what do? Well, midwives have probably been around since the beginning of time, since people started having babies. So midwives do everything from making sure that the baby is clean and making sure that the date of birth is written down, the name that the parents give the baby. They also make sure that the things that the baby comes in contact with are clean and sterile. Make sure they're free of germs. They also make sure that the baby is laid on the mother's chest. And they also give advice to the mother and help support her during this time. So midwives have played a big role. In this book, there are several poems about midwives, including the time during slavery, after the emancipation is another poem. The early 1900s is the poem that I'm going to share with you today. And they even have one for the early 2000s. And people today still use midwives. So I'm going to read two poems from the book for you. The first poem is The Women. It's a short poem that opens up the rest of the poems for the book. And then I'll also read the early 1900s for you as well. So let's start. Poems. The Women. They caught the babies and catch them still, welcome them into the world for loving. And that's the first. And this poem is the early 1900s. The early 1900s. She waited, not allowing herself to sleep too deeply. She knew it was almost time that someone would come for her. If not tonight, then one day or one night very soon. She would have to leave quickly. The baby would not wait. She already packed her things, her stethoscope, her scales for weighing the baby, and everything she would need. She lay there, listening for the sounds of horse hooves, or the neighing, and the banging on the door. When the sound came, it was almost daylight, and when she climbed into the buggy, the sky was light enough for her to see the trees at the end of the road. The husband drove the horses at a medium fast pace and got the woman to the house in time for her to listen to the beating of the unborn baby's heart. She examined the mother, encouraged her to walk around until it was time for the baby. When the baby came, the woman caught him and guided him into the world with love. She laid him on his mother's chest and watched her smile at this miracle, her baby. I hope you enjoyed those two poems from The Women Who Caught the Babies by Eloise Greenfield. If you would like to read all of the poems in this book, make sure you stop by the Friedman Branch Library or any of your Augusta-Richmond County Public Libraries to enjoy this book. Until next time, bye.